girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you wish your boyfriend was a dope dealer like me? Don't you? Don't you? Don't you? Don't you? I wanna ride it. Mm-hmm. 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 This is saying with the sun, with the people, with the one to do.
So we're live. This is our first time meeting in person. But of course, I've seen the pictures and everything. And I'm so happy to have you on in your own words and your own feelings. Let's start off with the big one.
Okay.
Marcus Jordan. The dating rumors started in September. At the time, you said you guys were just friends. And then it was revealed when you said on Valentine's Day that he was your forever Valentine. Are you guys in love?
I think so. We're in a really good place.
Yeah. How do you describe it?
I feel like a lot of people think that we've known each other our whole lives, which we have not.
Well, he's 16 years younger, so that's not possible.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, I feel like we literally just met at a party 4 years ago.
Oh, really?
And we were just friends.
Because we all lived in Chicago. And
yeah.
When did you meet him?
4 years ago.
4 years. Where?
At a party. Like an LA party.
Did you know who he was at the time?
Well, yeah, we have a lot of mutual friends. And so we're kind of in the same circle. So we've been around each other for like the last 4 years.
So you were at a party, and did someone introduce you? How did you connect?
Yeah, we were at a party, and they were like, oh, you know Marcus Jordan. I was like, oh, hey. And so we became friends. We both kind of grew up from, we're both from Chicago. Yeah. So I feel like we have a lot in common, like a lot of common ground, like.
Even with the age difference, and I don't say that, I don't want to say it flippantly, because age difference, men get, able to date people 30 years younger in some cases without judgment. He's 16 years younger. Other than the Bulls, like, what do you have in common?
We have everything in common.
Really?
Well, I've dated guys that were a lot older than me. Scotty is 10 years older than me.
Scotty's 10 years older than me.
Yeah, so I don't really view age as, you're mature, you're not immature. I don't feel like that determines if you're mature or not. Well, I feel like if you can drink at 21, you can go to war at 18. Like, there's different circumstances that I feel like age doesn't really
that shit sound crazy.
Level of maturity.
I think the age for most people, if we're being honest, that's secondary. The bigger thing is where you are a beautiful woman.
Thank you.
And you could date anybody you wanted to date.
Come on, Tamron.
Why would you date Michael Jordan's son, knowing that it's been pretty clear that Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan didn't have this relationship people thought, and certainly don't have it now? Scottie has come out publicly and said that this documentary that was produced by Michael Jordan made him, he says, I was nothing more than a prop. His best teammate of all time. He called me. He couldn't have been more condescending if he tried.
You see how crazy that is? Crazy, right?
I can't basically explain how someone else feels. That's how Scottie feels. He has a right to the way he feels. I personally don't really care about what,
Scottie Pippen don't get along with Michael Jordan. That's crazy.
I live my truth. I'm happy. I feel like we get along.
That's your problem.
He's my best friend. And so
Marcus is your best friend.
Yeah, I feel like we have a lot in common.
But as I was saying, you could date anybody in the world. Why date Michael Jordan's son?
I didn't
Come on,
plan it
Tamron.
like that. It wasn't like it was planned like that. I think we were
Come
just
on,
together
Tamron.
a lot with our friends, and it just so happened. It wasn't like something I planned. You got to remember, I feel like for me being, married to someone that was an athlete or whatever, it's really hard. You get scrutinized a lot. People don't think you should have a life once you get divorced.
You don't have a life.
Once you're divorced, you're done. And I feel like I've overcome so many different obstacles because I feel like I should have love. I should be able to date who I want. I should be able to live happy and go, just go wherever I want to go and not be judged every time I'm seen with someone.
And you should. I'm curious because when you start dating someone,
it's hard.
It is hard. It's also hard meeting their parents. Have you met
crazy,
Michael Jordan and Juanita Jordan, and what did they say about the relationship?
I don't really, of course, I recently have met, I've recently been hanging out with them, but I don't really want to talk about them. I feel like it's not about, my parents or his parents. They're all happy. Our whole family's fine. I feel like it's more about, where I am, where he is.
That's
we're in a great place. We motivate each other. We're really happy being together, and I feel like that's the most important thing.
This is what happens when you date out your race.
I agree with that. And I understand what you're saying because you are your own people. That said, he has a trophy store dedicated to his father.
It's like a
You
sneakerhead.
posted, yes,
Yeah,
but you guys
he do.
posted a picture with the number 23 behind you. There's only one number 23.
Right.
You know, God bless, he walks around with those great Jordan shoes. That's his dad on there. So he can't run from who he is.
Right.
And when I married my husband, he met my mom. My dad is in heaven, but he met my mom before we got into a full relationship.
Talk to him, Tamron.
It's normal for people to ask, how did his mom respond? How did his
They're
dad
fine.
respond?
Everyone's fine.
They're cool with it.
Yeah, everyone. I think like
I don't-
when you're an adult, I think your parents just want to see you happy. You know, my parents want to see me happy. His parents want to see him happy.
So you have their blessing.
Yeah, I feel like we're great. Yeah, I feel like we've spent holidays together and it's good. We're in a great place.
Yeah, of course you're gonna say they're in a great place. But anyhow, guys, you already know how we get down each and every week. If you have not done so already, please make sure you hit the like button. If you have not done so already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you have not done so already, please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click on because we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Thank you for joining us today, man. Whoa, we came out with the banger. Hakeem, man, our guys came out with the banger. I don't even know where to start. So, of course, I'm going to let Jordan go ahead and do his thing. I'm going to shut my mouth and let him do his thing.
People, that's like, this play clip, and y'all see the title, Larsa Pippen and Tamron Hall is supposed to argument. So, I would start with you, Larsa Pippen and former basketball player, Scottie Pippen was married for a while. Then they got divorced. Now, before she was dating LaMarcus Jordan, she was messing with I forgot his name, the basketball player for the Los Angeles Lakers, which her son plays for the Lakers as well. So Larsa Pippen, before she met Scottie Pippen, was messing with I believe Beasley, that's his name. This was before he got traded to the Lakers. Malik Beasley was messing with Larsa Pippen, and then after that they broke up, and then she got with Marcus Jordan, and then once Michael Beasley got traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, he's got to be with Scottie Pippen's. Scottie and Larsa Pippen's son, who plays for the Lakers, so they got a match in. But now, a couple months back, they, like she said, they Marcus Jordan and Larsa Pippen started talking and got together. And the thing is about it, this is some crazy, crazy stuff. It's because why would Larsa Pippen start messing with Michael Jordan's son, knowing that's Michael Jordan's son, knowing in the 90s that's Larsa Pippen's ex-husband, that used to be Michael Jordan's teammate. They won championships together, all that type of stuff. But the thing is that, we all know, Scottie Pippen, he was always, jealous of Michael Jordan. Why? Because majority of people, Michael Jordan wants to go. Michael Jordan had that shine. And Scottie Pippen felt some type of way about that.
Yeah, but let's also caveat to that. Jordan would have never won no rings without Pippen.
Exactly. That's true. That's very true. That's very, very true. And Scott Pippen felt like, he should have got some more shining and everything, which I believe Michael did with the Last Dance. But now they're not cool, they're not talking anymore. Now it goes back to Larsa Pippen, is that, it's just very, very strange to see that she's dating Michael Jordan's son. And a lot of people's like, as us and people in the media, people who just seeing it, it's like, it's like, you don't see something that's wrong with that? You don't see something that's wrong with that. And with her delusional mind, or how model she is, she thinks it's okay. And she doesn't think about it. So I'm gonna pass you the time with you guys. What y'all think about this?
No, but to me, I find it to be crazy. It was an outcry with older women dating younger men. Remember, if an older man with dating a younger woman, it would have been a huge outcry. But look, you got an
Ooh.
older woman, especially an older white woman dating a younger black man. There's no outcry for that. So I find out to be number one, very hypocritical. And number two, I think she knows what she's doing because remember at the end of the day, she knows Scottie Pippen and Jordan do not get along. That's a well-known fact. They do not get along, period. They both have like a strong animosity because according to Scottie was saying the simple fact of how on a recent documentary with Jordan portrayed Scottie be somebody that he truly is not, and he finds Jordan to be very, very arrogant. So number one, I think he really do have a bad time. I really don't like the simple fact that his ex-wife is dating Jordan's son. I'm telling you, I think she's just a toxic individual. That's just my opinion. I don't know her on a personal level, but come on, what's her name? I think it's Tammy. What Tammy said was actually true. You could have dated any guy in the world.
Yep.
Why date this guy that you knew he had a problem with? That's why I said it doesn't make any sense. It's just some people just love drama. Real talk. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Brother, I wanna put respect on Tamron Hall's name. Put some respect on Tamron Hall's name. The black girl got out of her today. She was speaking from a black girl's principles. Why are you dating two people who got static? You damn near knit that man mom. You was fucking with Mike Beasley. Mike Beasley was on the same team as your son. You ruined your son's career. You made him look like a clown. Now you saying you got the love and all them people in the crowd was clapping like that. Hey, how you doing, Princess Sakima? How you doing, Queen?
Yeah, how you doing, gorgeous? You know, how you doing?
Yeah. So this what triggers me. She's 16 years older than him. 16 years older than him, bro. Nobody's saying it's not rocking the cradle. Thank you, Queen. That made me blush just now. But we have to be serious about the situation. We need to have that same energy for when dudes do this to women do this. She was around here slutting around, destroying her family name. She should not even be called Larsa Pippen anymore. Why do you keep the name? Call yourself Larsa Jordan. The market doesn't play. You can't go up. You can't. People fail to understand what the what they call it. What the red pill guys call it.
What?
The dating market, or you know what I mean? Like this.
SMV.
The SMV. They're not gonna be together for so long. She's past that age of having kids. He's a young man. You know that, right? Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Hakeem and Jordan, he's a young guy.
Yeah, she's a young guy. Yeah.
For me, it's like she know the hell she's doing. She know the hell she's doing. Because my thing is, you already know you're that's Michael Jordan's son. You had to see him when he was little, when he was playing the Bulls in the '90s, while he was married to Scottie Pippen.
Come on, man. They were eating together.
Yeah, and I think it's you like I said, it's like you try to play the media and us. It's like we just met and this has happened. Hell no, we don't believe that. You saw this dude as he was a child. You know what you're doing.
That's predatorial. But listen here. She's from another culture. People from the diaspora or people from Africa don't play them type games. You can't be sitting here looking, and you was up under me. Now you my wife. No, we not accepting that.
Mm-hmm.
We're not accepting that.
And the thing is, I'm telling you how I came and Ronnie, and the reasons, when they get divorced, women, they keep these last names, it's because of status. Look at, Shawnee O'Neal. What she got for it, she kept that name because of status.
Yeah.
O'Neal. There's a lot of...
And she's married.
No, but check it out. Prince, look at what Princess, read Princess comment. Princess comment saying, wow, yeah, He's very young, but they're tied Leonardo. Remember I was saying that they're tied Leonardo DiCaprio, but they're a 25-year-old. But there's no smoke for her. Society's hypocritical. I said the same thing.
What about Erykah Badu?
Erykah Badu.
Madonna.
Trina.
Oh my God. I can't wait to that young nigga dumper. I want to be right there and say, Trina, I'm here for you, baby. Trina, I'm here for you, baby. You need you an old man. You don't need you no young buck. I pay bills too.
Now, but I would say when women do it, it's okay. But when a man do it, it's a big issue. I'm glad that she attacked her like, hey, why are you dating this young man? Why not date somebody your own age? See, Scotty's dating somebody his own age. He's not dating a younger woman. I think the woman like
he's dating a younger woman. He's
dating a younger woman.
He's dating a younger woman. He is.
It's okay for that. It's okay. Before I get into that, Princess, Erykah Badu is dating somebody when he was 26, around her son age. He just dumped her. Madonna, she's 60. She was dating somebody the same age, and they dumped her.
I got one more person too. Sharon. She's almost 80. Listen, dating somebody in their 30s.
Listen, she's dating Amber Rose's baby's father.
Correct.
She said Madonna is a weirdo.
But
she looks like an alien to me. But go ahead.
Here's the funny thing. To get back to what Ronnie was talking about, in many cultures, they recommend a woman to date an older man because he has resources. There's a lot of other things women need to understand. When you're young like that, you want to pair up with somebody who can be able to provide you with something. If we go to many third world countries, it's a lot of women who are with older men who come from prominent families. Many men who are my age, daddies are 70 and 80 years old because they already had established their life. So there's a reason why it's acceptable for a woman to date a younger man, an older man, because of resources, status. He's able to provide more for the family. What is an older woman going to do for a young man? And you want a man to take care of you?
Oh, no, because it's that okay. We're gonna keep it real today. It's an aspect of sex.
That's it.
It's a sex. Women want to get their black bone blown out. I've been saying it for so many times on these panels. Women love the idea of when a younger man means big D. Big D. Big D. That's what they want. Big D, because they never experienced the big D experience. So what's the best thing to do? A younger guy has the big D and they want that experience. Because an older man, remember, most other guys are like, yo, one stroke, I'm gone, I'm going to bed. A younger guy gonna have that stamina. Go ahead, Jordan.
And usually, women that get older, they tend to have sex more when they're not. When they get older, they tend to have the sex more and everything. I don't know what it is, but they tend to get they get hornier than what men do when they get up in age, and they just want to have some fun. And the thing is, my question is, I wonder what Michael Jordan is thinking about this right now.
They probably thought it was disgusting. This lady about to be a grandmother. Larsa Pippen's son is in bed. She's about to be a grandmother.
Yeah.
This thing doesn't look where she said, I need the love and people clap. No, keep the same energy. We shame men for this. Let's shame that, even though it's better for a woman to be with an older man who has money than an older woman to be with a younger man. The dynamics is off.
And the thing is, Hakeem, you know how low we got to be to date Michael Jordan's son?
Come on.
I mean, you out here and you can't get nobody, and it shows your value. It shows that your value is to date somebody that is somebody's father is a billionaire, but in order to get that, you're gonna take his son.
Read this title right here. Miss She said it said we need to bring shame back.
Thank you. I agree.
Shame been gone from this society since what? Since the early 90s. This world is continuing to evolve, and women continue to have certain type of rights. So shame is no longer going to be. Shame is pretty much obsolete. You shame a woman, you pretty much gonna be counseled. Go ahead.
I want to ask Mrs. She said and Princess, don't you think the sister code got rid of shame?
That's a good question.
Don't you think the sister code? The sister code got rid of. The sister code kind of dismantled masculinity and brought out a matriarchy and got rid of the patriarchy.
And
so
in order to bring, no, I'm sorry, I came. In order to bring shame back, the women got to bring the shame back.
Women got to bring it back. Yeah. Listen, Miss She said and Princess, y'all got to pump your own gas now. Y'all got to open your own doors because if we do it, it's too much. It's toxic masculinity. If we want somebody thin, physically fit, it's body shaming. If y'all want somebody with money and a six pack, it's girl, get what you deserve. It's disrespectful for us to chastise a woman and say we want something submissive. I'm not going to be your mate. If you say you want a man to pay bills and that, they'd be like, girl, chivalry ain't dead. It's just applied to different people. And listen here. Listen here. And I'm gonna let my brother say that. Miss She said and Princess, you know the niggas, you know there's men out here that don't even want to take y'all out for a Happy Meal. They don't even want to go on dates anymore. They're not even cultured. They don't even have a palette to choose from. The sister code got us like that. The sister code got us to a point where we scared to even approach y'all on the street. Nigga, is you talking to me? You ugly. I don't want to talk to you.
And the thing is, they automatically shame the guy. Just automatically do it.
So what do, Jordan? We holler at the people who want to be with us. And that tends to be people outside of our culture. I don't date out my culture, but let's talk about it.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about it. This Larsa Pippen situation is a microcosm of something bigger. Our culture is out of order. Larsa Pippen's an Arab. Larsa Pippen is an Arab. First off, here's the funny thing is, they didn't even like Pippen in the beginning. Scotty, her family didn't accept of him like that. If I'm not mistaken, he was a black man. Scotty wouldn't have went through this if he would have went and got him a black woman. Let's get something straight there. Our queens, they can rough us up, but they're not going to be disrespectful. Listen, a black woman wouldn't have got to the extreme to what Larsa's doing. It's just not in us. It's just not in us to do that. You know? I applaud Tamron Hall. Tamron Hall mentioned something real critical. Did you meet his mama? You remember she went there. You heard that, Jordan?
Yeah.
How his mother feels.
And the thing is, she know who her mother is. She knows who her mother is. She had to meet her back in the 90s.
Come on. In Chicago.
Exactly.
They was all eating together. Like he forget that this man is still got a mama around here. Did you speak to his mother? Did his mother approve of it? Because you know an older black woman do not mess with no funky stuff.
Nope.
Especially at her age, his mama age, she's probably a good Christian woman. Said, Marcus?
Yeah, her name Claudia Jordan. That's Marcus's name, Claudia Jordan.
Marcus? I told you now, and mind you, they're older now, but what it is, that's why I was like, I don't want to come to talk like I'm a separatist. I don't want nobody to think that. You should love who you want to love. But black man, you put yourself in danger and open to scrutiny when you put yourself around the wrong people. I talk about this all the time. This is not very fun to say this. I've rarely ever seen a black woman put a man in jail unless he was really bad. Black women don't call. Unless you damn near was about to kill her. Black women do not snitch on their men. Black women do not call. Black women do not release videos. It has to be real serious. They're our only allies, but we give our resources, we give our love to women who are not of our own culture. But then I gotta ask you this question: are these the men that black women really want, or are these just the throwaways of the race?
No, black women. I think black women, not all of them, but it's a small group of black women that just want a man that they can control. If they see a very strong, dominant man, they don't really want that man. They like a man that they can control. Same thing with her. She want a man that she can control. That's why she got a younger man. When you see an older woman with a younger man, because she want to control that man. Now, same thing with the man. I'm not gonna lie. Same thing with a grown man dating a younger woman. They want that sense of control.
You're 100% facts, Ronnie. And the reason why I can say that is because she's the one speaking out. You don't hear Michael Jordan speaking out.
No,
not at all.
Come on, man. We really want to keep our business private.
Exactly.
Most of our women want to keep our business private. That's the one thing a black woman would tell you when you get in a relationship. Shit, don't make me look like a fool. That's the only rule that she's telling you. Don't make me look like a fool. Because I'm out here stepping for you. And then Marcus doing this. Here's the funny thing about this. Not only Arabs, Chinese, and a lot of other people outside our race feel they can do whatever they want. They don't abide by black people principles. Listen, it's our culture here to not do goofy stuff. You dating a nigga I roll with for 20 years, you that's like saying somebody like that's like my homeboy, that's like my homeboy's wife dating my son, and this is my homeboy. We in the hood, we drag you out on the street and beat you damn near half dead.
Facts. It's facts. That's true. But she said Michael Jordan is cool with it, which I don't think he is. I think she's capping on that because Michael Jordan, no father won't really be. Well, I'm not gonna lie, because some father might be, because he don't really like Scottie Pippen, so he might be like, he might be cool with it because he don't like Scottie. So I'm thinking about it now. He might be cool with it though.
It's a 50-50. I'm with you, Ronnie. It could be 50-50. It could be like, I you know what? I think I like it. Go ahead, son. Do what you do. Or it's like, why the hell you mess with her for? I don't mess with Scottie.
Most of the time, it usually be like, as black folks, when we get older, we just, hey, you older, you grown now. I can't say nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
You grown. I can't say nothing.
You know what I'm saying? And not that, but she not ugly. I think we already know that. She's not an ugly white woman. She's a good looking white woman. So, most men would die to have a woman like her, though.
That is true. Most men who are stupid, she got Botox in her face. Tamron Hall still look young.
Yeah, Tamron Hall look way better than her.
Oh my God. I thought I was looking at a 25-year-old. Black don't crack. Tamron Hall still look young.
Still looking in her 20s, buddy.
Look at the black woman who's talking, Miss She said, Princess. They look young as hell. What the fuck? We need to go outside to go do something when we got a bunch of them sitting here in the bleachers.
Question for you guys: do you think Marcus Jordan, when he was little, looked up to Larsa Pippen, thinking like, one day I'm gonna get on that?
Yes, and I also feel that black men know that there's things that are allowed in other places that you can't do in our own race. Marcus would have got beaten up if he did that to Dennis Rodman or something like that. Somebody would have got a thrashing about that.
No, at one time Madonna was dating Dennis Rodman. When she was older, Dennis Rodman was like, I think 20 or 24, and he was dating Madonna.
That's Dennis Rodman. I'm talking about, what if Madonna wanted to date Dennis Rodman's son? I'm talking.
Oh no, Dennis Rodman. Yeah, no.
No, no,
or Shaquille, or one of Shaquille O'Neal's sons.
You're gonna listen. Shaquille's beating everybody up.
Hey, like that, you ever seen Shaquille O'Neal in real life? That's a big ass dude. That's a big ass dude.
That nigga's department store by himself. He's his own section.
Yeah, he is. Don't mess with Shaq. Do not mess with Shaq. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Listen. That's like saying, what if Dwayne Wade was dating his daughter?
That's hey, let's not go with the Dwayne Wade stuff.
Think about this. What if Dwayne Wade was dating Shaq's daughter? You know what type of pressure that would be?
Oh Lord.
It's a line you don't cross, fam. I expect Larsa to do this. She's not of our culture. She don't understand the rules. And the problem is with us, we go along with other people coming, they mess stuff up. We just have to just be all friends and just be happy. Scotty has moved on. I moved on, and I'm in love. We could just be one happy family. We don't fucking believe in no fucking blended families unless it makes sense. It's a difference if my cousin hollered at your cousin. That's something different. You feel me? Or it's like 60 degrees of separation. That's nothing. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? Something like that. But when you talking about too close, nah, man, you go talk to somebody I don't know.
But I can't want to ask you, will you date a younger woman though? I can't ask Jordan that because he's married, but I'm just saying.
You want to know something? At one point in time, I did, but I'm talking to younger women, and the mindsets are very different. You feel me?
But do you feel like it was easier to control that younger woman? You feel like it was easier to control, easier to talk to?
Give me I got a question. Give me an age if of the mindset, like between like 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, like an age range.
I would say starting 27. Starting 27, preferably 30. Because if you're 30, then you could understand me a little bit, because then you was at the ending of the 80s and the 90s. So you could picture a lot that I have been through. A person who is in their 20s would not understand my mindset because they didn't live what I lived through the 90s. I am who I am because what the 90s have showed me in my experiences. A lot of women do not understand that. You feel me? And that's why I say it's hard for me to date a younger person, because unless I'm dating somebody who's socially awkward and don't go out, most younger girls here wants to go out and pop bottles, and they want you to wear a Ferragamo belt. I can't fit in the Ferragamo belt.
That's that Miami lifestyle.
No, but I don't think it's every younger woman, because there's some younger women that do have a mature mind. You know me, like if you ask me that question, if I ask myself that question, I would date a younger woman. I think the age of 21. I won't go younger than that. You know, some man be like, yo, I'm an 18-year-old, but 21 to me, I'm down with the 21.
Listen, one time I took a lunch with a girl at my job. This was a couple years ago. And we were sitting around. I had got so much flack by the older women at the job. Oh, you like that young thing. You're a grown ass man. I was like, no, she's just sitting here with me. Oh, I see what you all about.
She mad, Hakeem, because usually young girls they get their attention.
They do get their attention. And listen here, younger women are more attracted to older men due to status and what they can provide and things that they want to learn. But here's the thing. She'll have to be a unicorn for me to deal with. The only reason why I would even consider going that way, if I don't find somebody to have kids with. And it's hard because older women now tend to don't want to have multiple children, and men want kids. So the only way to do that is to date somebody younger who could say, hey, I'll pop out 4 babies for you, and it won't be nothing for her. You feel me? But somebody who's 27, 28, 29, still focused on their career, she's not going to want to have 4 kids. You feel me? I'm trying to say? And that's kind of the reason why most men date younger women, Most men would love to be with a woman their age group, because the thing is, you understand us better. We watch the same videos. We listen to the same music. We went to the same thing. But when it comes down to one fundamental thing, and this is the only issue that we have, it's the kids situation. It's the kids conversation. And Marcus and Larsa are going to have the same issue. What's up with kids? You already got 2 kids that's over 21.
But I don't think he want to have kids with her though. I think he's just having her for really a good time. There's sometimes that was saying you go date an older woman, because at one time I did date an older woman, but the whole aspect of dating an older woman was just strictly just that for a beat down.
Here's the thing. JD said, if you can't understand my movie music reference, you're too young for me. I'm the same way, but I also want to say this.
No, but I want to ask JD this question. And you supposed to be the leader, and you supposed to teach her those things that she don't know about?
Yep. Princess. No, he right. JD, answer that question. Princess, I want to tackle this right here, Princess. I love that you wrote that, Princess. And I want to give you, and to tell you, express that I'm a 41-year-old man with no kids, and a lot of us here has no kids here. I know many men who have no kids. They do not want to adopt. They want to have their own flesh and blood. There's many reasons for that. This is the reason why men tend to don't want to date women with kids. The juice is not worth the squeeze. When we're trying to build a legacy, I've dated women with kids. To this day, every women that I've dated who I've paid school fees for, bought clothes, they have yet to call me at my age. I bought Christmas presents. They've yet to call me. Go ahead, Brent.
No, finish, because I got something to add on to that. Go ahead, finish.
So it's hurtful at the same time, where it says that if you have your own kids, regardless if the kids don't dare, you know they still yours. There's still a connection there, and they're not going to go off and go seek their own father. That's why we tend to not want to adopt and stuff, and we want to have our own kids. Go ahead.
I want to add another thing too about that too. Here's another reason there might be men want to have their own kids. They probably don't want to date women with kids. And I learned that for myself. It's like, you know what? If I find a woman, she ain't gonna have no kids. So that's how I got my wife. When I was younger, with my brother's father and everything, it was just something that I look back at. It's like, I didn't like him like that, because he stepped in and controlled, and it's something I didn't like. And the reason is that I was jealous, because my brother had his father around all the time.
Yeah.
And my father, he wasn't in the picture like that. And the reason I was feeling that, I was jealous of my brother, even though I didn't know that at the time. Now I know, it's like, you know what? The reason I was feeling like that is because I was jealous. I was kind of reacting of, where's my father at? You know what I'm saying? I want to see my father, but, it's jealousy when you see your brother's father in the house all the time, every day, and you don't get to see your father. And some men see that, and they got to, and they don't want to deal with that. You get what I'm saying? Because you deal with somebody, another kid, with a different father, and he's acting out, not knowing why he's acting out like that. And men really don't want to deal with that. Is because, if the kid's father's out of the picture, he might feel some type of way about the brother's father of just acting out of ordinary, because he feels jealous about seeing his brother with his dad all the time in the house all the time. So that's another fact I want to talk about as well.
But let's keep it real though. Most of the time, men don't really even care about having kids. To be honest, man, like freaking, if you have a woman like her, like an older woman, it's just for a good time. Nobody ain't trying to have no kid. Now, if you trying to have kids, most of the time, like Jordan say, well, you sure you want to date younger or get somebody your own age that in the same age bracket that they still able to have kids. But a man like that, that's 24, and a woman 40, high king, he ain't thinking about no kids, man. He ain't thinking about no family.
I agree with that, Ronnie.
How would you say it again, Ronnie?
Like, if he's 24 and she's 40, he's not thinking about no kids.
So he's not, because he's thinking about pounding it down. But when you get my age, and you get to where you got your credit together, you getting your health together, and you start to see things differently. Okay, I got some stuff here I want to leave to somebody, and I want to have my own kids. And this is when we start to get established, we start to think about legacy.
Yeah.
He says, Princess, don't make me blush.
Boy, Princess make you blush today.
Princess,
I see you. I'm like, wow.
Princess,
Like, you look pretty good with your age. Okay. Princess coming in with the game.
Hakeem's heart
with the buck.
Hakeem's heart's nice and warm right now.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Princess.
Listen, Princess. I drink a lot of protein shakes, some collagen, plant-based, and I appreciate that, Queen. And listen, you look like you 21. I would have gave you my starter jacket back in high school. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You look like you 21. But and this is the thing is we want legacy. Listen here, we want legacy, and we want a legacy for the woman that we with. The legacy is not only for the kids, it's for the women too, because you're gonna be you're the person that's gonna control the money. This is why it's important when we think about a whole family structure. And we think about trying to build that from top, and that's why I say we just have to follow the rules sometimes.
You're right, Hakeem, and also that last name is important. That last name is important because once you get that last name to that woman, y'all okay. So y'all say okay. Y'all start building a legacy.
Jordan facts. That last name is important. She with a Jordan. She's with a Jordan.
Thinking about and listen here, sweetheart. If we didn't think our last name was important, we would not be at the age we are right now with no kids. Think about that for a minute. We're thinking about quality, not quantity. I'd rather have one kid with a good woman and build the legacy from that than have 20 spread it out like Easy E.
I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. I ain't gonna lie. The only reason I ain't have kids at one point, but they were like, yo, if I find out you had kids, I'm kicking you out the house. Oh man, so that kind of
Listen. My mother was very strict about that too. You know, my mother is Christian. My mother was like, she was very strict. Say, don't bring no babies in here if you ain't gonna marry them. Wilder, I'm telling you now. I'm not gonna be sitting here babysitting for you. And my mother was very adamant about that. She said, we gave you a good life. You was here. I gave you a daddy. My mother always told me that. She said, are you going to give your son or your daughter a daddy? You're not successful if you can't raise the kids in the house with you.
Hey, if when I was a young teenager, because my late teens, because I saw women with kids. My mom kind of put fear in me. If I ever dated somebody with kids and bring them over, I know I was gonna get my ass whooped.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to tell you. So that's embedded in my skull. See, that's when you know you got good parents because they made sure to put that in your head. My dad told me straight up, he's like, yo, if I catch you with a kid, I'll kick you out the house. Oh, kid, well, Princess, that's the question here. How many kids will you all want on ideal? Okay.
Listen. Ideally, whatever the woman can give me. That's really a simple answer. She can give me 3, I'll be happy with it. She can give me.
It's me too, but I told my wife ideal it'll be 4.
Me too. I went 4. I want to be like Nick Cannon, Nick at 10.
You know what I'm saying? you know what I mean? Because listen, the type of lifestyle I want to live is I want to be a self-sustaining organism. I want to buy land. I want to piece off the land to my kids and build houses on it so we can build a family legacy and have our own business and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Princess, that's what my wife said. That's a lot. That's what my wife said when I said 4. She's like, that's a lot.
She said that's a lot.
Peace to the family. Peace to the family, Miss Harris. Miss Harris, peace to you, family. Big Mustafa say I have mine early and I'm glad I did. Yeah, some guys don't mind having theirs early.
Absolutely.
To teach some manhood. Like some kids do give some men some type of drive, like the extra push.
Shout out to Harris Tribe Media Group and shout out to
you.
Elite.
Yes, shout out.
Elite Belzo 1. Elite Belzo 1. Shout out to. She said, I might say one, maybe two. I don't know if I can handle all these young. Listen, you won't have to handle all these youngins when you got a real nigga on your team.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gonna have to listen. And I'm the type of man. I could say, baby, you don't want to be with me. You can leave the kids and go live your life. I'll take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of chief I am.
And then also for me, it's like if I had kids, my mom, my grandmother, they are on the way here.
Oh, come on.
They cannot wait till we had kids. They just like they like, damn, we gonna have kids. It's like, okay, we gonna have them. You know, just gotta make sure we situated. They cannot wait till me and my wife had kids.
Yeah.
Hey, Lee Bella's old, she say no, she just wanted one. Yeah, most women want one. Yeah, but me, I'm just afraid of one, because just in case they say, God forbid, that one dies, that's it. I ain't got no more kids. I'm like, crap. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I want to have at least four or five.
Belazo, don't be stingy. Don't make that kid a single child. They need brothers and sisters to fight with all day. You know what I mean? It'd be like big head, ugly. It gives substantial.
Hey, if you find the right one, you should probably maybe add maybe two, because usually, you know, if you see one, you be like, oh Lord, you know, the man be like, hell, yo, kind of talk about it, say maybe y'all have two.
Now, mind you, here I'm going to give a caveat. A lot of men might not hear what I'm about to say. I want these kids, but I don't want my wife to work.
I feel the same way.
No, but I do. I feel the same way too. If I have no type of kids, I don't want my wife to work.
Listen. I want her to stay home and raise the kids. You can have your side business on the side. You have access to the accounts. You don't have to ask me what money to get. You just go ahead, baby. I want to listen. I want to be able to come home and you brew me a cup of coffee. You be like, Haitian man, I got you some coffee here. I say, and I'm sipping my coffee and say, merci, Jesse.
No, but I want to tell you, Big Mustafa say something powerful. He said, I got married early, so that helps. See, that's the problem. In our community, we're not taught to get married early. See, Jordan got married early. I wasn't taught to get married early. And I even think Jordan even teach his son, Michael Jordan even teach his son about marriage. That's the thing in our community. They don't teach us how to get married early. They teach us how to get women, which is true, get kids, get a career, but they never teach us how to get married early.
They teach us how to have fun. Hey, have fun in your 20s, and then in your 30s, that's when you slow down.
Mustafa just opened up Pandora's box. That's the dysfunction of our community. Listen, they teach our women to be men, and they teach our boys to be girls. Most of the time, fathers are preparing.
You better preach, brother.
Listen, they teach our women to be men, and they teach our boys to be girls. Most of the women in our community are holding the community on their shoulders. I can be a man. I'm man enough to say that, because you want to know why. Y'all have the kids and y'all got to pay for everything. There's not that very masculine men here who are in traditional roles. So women have a hard time being submissive to a man when they've been taught that you are the man. Go get your degree. Go get your education. Make sure you don't have to depend on nobody. When on the flip side, our counterparts, the Asian boy, the Arab boy, and the white boy, they're taught to take care of their women. And they're taught the women to stay home. Listen, there's white women right now who are housewives from a nigga who has a $40,000 a year salary. Tell me if I'm lying.
No, you're not lying. They be calling Dave Ramsey show. I be listening to him. That's true. That's true. No, he lied. Drop mic. Well, drop headphones.
Drop headphones.
Yeah.
Drop headphones.
Tell me if I'm lying. Listen, women be talking about you need 100,000, you need 4,000. Oh, listen. Oh, Big Mustafa, he said, I was married with 3 kids by 24. My father was like that. That's the blueprint.
That is. That's the blueprint.
Listen.
That's the blueprint.
Listen, Big Mustafa. By you doing that, you avoided venereal diseases, pneumonia, gonorrhea. You didn't get gunned down like trouble, sleeping in somebody else's bed. and you was her sneaky link, or her main nigga came and caught you there?
100.
Listen, Big Mustafa avoided a lot of the shit we laugh about on social media.
Yep.
We applaud. You wasn't caught in no scandal like a lot of these girls do. This is why I'm saying, if I had a daughter today, I would go about grooming my daughter like the Muslim do. If her first date, I'm at the first date eating chicken, sipping my soda in between them. I'm vetting the guy who my daughter's going to be with. I need to be involved. I need to be saying, baby, he don't make enough money. Bring him over to the house. We'll have a beer with him. Mm-hmm. A lot of men are not involved in this. And this is why when Tamron Hall say, how did your mother feel about this?
Yeah.
That's true. She did ask that question. How do your mother feel about it? She did.
You know, in Big Mustafa, Princess Kimi, and Miss, she said, how many people you know that these ladies have kids with, the fathers ain't never even met the nigga before, nor the mama. We're in relationships with people where the family don't even know who the nigga is at times. They meet them when it's something serious go down.
Yeah. And the thing is, usually when you dated somebody, I just say for me, but when I was with my wife, usually when you go out with somebody, it's usually the second you tell your parents like, hey, I'm dating somebody, you know, I'm away. It's usually between that third month that you probably want to introduce to your parents. Between 3 to 6 months, that's when you want to try to, you know, introduce to the parents, maybe go out and eat and all that type of stuff, so they get to know one each other and everything. And the thing is, in this generation, they don't do that.
No,
especially in our community, it's like it's a lost cause. When somebody says that, when I said to somebody, the couple's like, why they gotta do that? They just tell me, okay, you're not thinking about marriage then. That's just me.
Let's also talk about something serious, why marriage is not cool. A lot of these niggas be complaining about money that a woman gonna take for them. How when you a janitor? You work at Jiffy Lube, my nigga. What can she take?
Like what money?
What money?
Right.
You got to be lucky she damn near giving you an opportunity to say that you got a wife. Like nigga, like you work at Winn-Dixie Warehouse, nigga. You flip pallets. What money you got for her to take? What a couple like with your pension? Your pension is only $600. What she
gonna do? What she gonna do? Steal your money? She gonna steal it? She gonna steal my money. How's she gonna steal your money? Come on now.
So we have to look at it from this point. We have to look at it from this point. And listen, thank you so much, Elite Belzo, and Princess Kimi. Listen, only reason why I'm speaking like this because I have a background. You know what I'm saying? People are so pessimistic, you can't go into marriage that way. No, you can't go into marriage that way. Marriage is what it is. The problem is we lack one thing in the Black community when it comes to relationship and marriage. That's communication. Black people date, we don't communicate. Something big happens, we just be quiet about it all day and just keep it moving. We don't talk about it. That's why I recommend pre-couples counseling and couples counseling, because you want to know why when you get with somebody, if it's serious, if it passed the 6-month mark, y'all need to go to counseling, because you want to know why there's things about each other y'all might have issues with, and if you really going to do this for the long haul, is this communication is key and sacrifices.
Exactly.
You know
but I don't think their relationship is pretty much for the long haul. I think right now it's just a good time, and they're going to end up breaking up pretty soon because it's just for the money.
Michael Jordan, he might find something young and was like, okay, I'm done with you. Bye-bye.
Here's the funny thing is, Princess Kimi said this earlier. Larsa Pippen was married to Scotty for 15 years and she divorced him. Women, your greatest asset is your time. You waste that, you cannot get it back. You have to choose the right person. That also speaks for a man as well, because we don't live as long. 60, 62, 65 at the most. So we need to strategically make sure our time is up. We literally have a 20-year window, because most of us don't get our money until 40. After 40, and that's it. So it's imperative you choose the right person. I'm going to tell you when I know marriage was serious and why I need to not play around. I want to voice something to y'all. Princess Kimmy, big moves. It say, okay, hold on. It says, big, but them guys that will work hard for 30 years, ladies need to marry those guys from the community. Lord Jesus.
Facts. And let me break it down. There
Big
is a
Mustafa.
level of stability that guy's worked for 30 years, building his 401k, investing.
Nigga,
Until he retires, he's basically almost a millionaire.
Come on. Talk about it, Mustafa.
Big facts.
That nigga just came out of nowhere with that. Women are overlooking the potential husband you got. Listen, I always say this. Your husband is in your friend zone. I got tears in my eyes because I know it's true. Your husband is in your friend zone. Your husband has a good job and he's been at his job 20 years. 40 years. He just doesn't have that title that you want him to have. Lawyer, doctor, respiratory therapist, paralegal. The thing, you know, that title y'all love. And you know, most of them guys are effeminate at times. But I want to get to something why marriage is important. I mentioned this plenty of times. These brothers know, especially Ronnie and Jordan. These are my family. My dad had a stroke 5 years ago. And I was driving trucks at the time I came home. My mom and dad had been together 40-something odd years. And the level of compassion. Now, mind you, my dad is at a different age, barely could walk. My mother still, if we did not take her, she would catch the bus to wash, clean him, and cook him some food. She told the hospital, I'm going to take care of my husband. My dad went back to the hospital recently. Same thing. He was in a nursing home. She went to see him every single day. And I want you to ask y'all these questions. Elite Belzo, Princess Kimi. Who's going to sit at the hospital when you're sick? Who's going to be there when you can't see in one eye? Or when the pain in your leg? A lot of people will be there for the good times. I need you when I'm bad. I need you when I'm down bad. Who's going to be there with you when you have one foot? Who's going to be there when you probably can't shaboing boing anymore? Shaboing? Because you want to know something. The shaboinging stop after a certain, then you come into companion mode. But you need to be in companion mode while you shaboinging. I'm only telling this to everybody because I want for you what I want. I want for you what I want for myself. I want 30, 40, 60 years of marriage for everybody who's listening to me. I want death do us part. I want a nigga that's going to come and pay all the bills. I want a nigga who you can fart in front of, and when you barely can walk and you just had that C-section, he's wiping your ass proudly. Swipe. Even if a little shit dripped on his shirt, don't worry, baby, we married. Go ahead, fellas.
Yeah, man, you speaking the gospel right now, man. It's like, man, I'm just meditating on that. You, Big Mustafa, Jordan, man, y'all going in tonight on this topic for real, for real.
Listen, Mustafa and Jordan, uppercuts. They're married. They've made the ultimate sacrifice. Because you want to know why? They did something a lot of us won't do. Listen, a lot of people are scared to sign that piece of paper. You should be scared when you fuck a nigga. It's more dangerous to have sex than to get married. Most of us meet most people who listening to us meet women, meet men, and barely sleep without a condom the first night. So you tell me it takes you 2 seconds to sleep somebody without a condom, but it takes you 2 years to get married? Think about it.
Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Ladies, answer that question for me. Why does it take 2 seconds to think fuck without a condom, but it takes you 2 years to get married? Which one is more dangerous? Listen, some of these people have kids with people they barely know, but they want you to wait 5 years to get married, 7 years to get married, but you have a baby with them the first night.
That makes zero sense. Zero.
It really do, man. But it's crazy, man. But I was gonna say, man, your guys' final thoughts, man. Today was really good, man. Really good, very informative. My final thoughts about the whole situation. I think they're just doing it for a good time. They're just doing it for media attention. Pretty soon they're gonna end up breaking up. I don't think it's gonna be nothing serious. Because as you can see, she broke up with Scotty, 15 years of marriage. So that's telling you she's not looking for nothing serious. That's all I gotta say on that.
I agree with you, Ronnie. I think she's doing that for status. Her name is Pippen. His last name is Jordan, and it's good publicity. And that's why we're talking about it. That's my final thoughts.
Hey, what was that favorite line Future say? I just fucked you in my Gucci flip flops.
Yeah.
Hey.
He did.
Hey, you know that was dedicated to Larsa Pippen.
Wow.
You know
but remember, he ain't got the Gucci. He got the Jordan flip flop. You know what I'm saying? He only got that. He got the Jordan. Elite Belazone say nasty. That was nasty.
Yeah, but my last word is this: please, people, get serious. And it's cheaper to keep them. Find you somebody who loves you for you, and stay married. That's all that matters. Because listen, the grass is not green on the other side. It's actually better the way you're standing at. That's my final point.
And that's why it's so very important to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. And guys, also make sure you go to Chaos Culture Radio community tab, because we have some good things. We have all the Chaos Culture Radio t-shirt. So you go ahead and purchase that. And not only that, Prince King dropped out a book. Y'all probably don't even know about it. He just recently dropped out a book about strategy for Black marriages. So go check it out. Yeah. Go support the platform, because we're working so hard trying to get a studio so we can start doing live reviews, live interaction, so we get more and more. Big vision for Chaos Culture Radio. We're trying to make this thing bigger than bigger than life. If you guys support, especially the Black women and the fellas, we really appreciate you guys, man, for tuning in with us each and every week. We really do love it. We love it. Just keep on coming, because we have more and more dope conversation. And make sure to click that notification bell, because we dropping shorts. We doing a lot of things on the channel. You do not want to.
Elite Bell has something to say. She said, go ahead. She said, where can I support?
Where can you support? Where can I support?
Go in the description. You can support all through there. The community tab. Listen, like and subscribing, Elite Belzo.
And sharing. Please share.
Please share it. Belzo.
Yeah. The power of the Zoe. The power of the Zoe. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we do, man. Thank you guys for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio. We over and out.